Okay, hello. I think we're live now. I'm Callum Brown for 74XX. I'm joined by Erik Koopmans again in Australia. How you doing, Erik?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Callum?
I'm pretty good. Can't complain. So we got a few more games on our plate today, and the first one is the interestingly named MC Kids. I spent the last 10 minutes trying to figure out why it's called MC Kids and not like Mick Kids or something. And there's no answer. That's it. It's it's MC Kids. So it's pretty interesting because it was programmed by only 4 people, which is interesting. They did it in 8 months. It is like McDonald's licensed. It is a McDonald's like product, like the box has McDonald's. Well, I mean the game has like Ronald McDonald and everything on it. I think the soundtrack's pretty good in this game, and when it came out, it was kind of reviewed as like a Super Mario Brothers 3 clone, which I don't think is a bad thing. So,
yeah, I was seeing. I had a quick playthrough just half an hour ago, and I was seeing some elements from like Mario 2, like some of the picking up the blocks and throwing them and stuff. Seemed kind of reminiscent of that too.
Yeah, exactly. This game was also translated to DOS and Amiga and a couple other things. I looked at the DOS one quickly, like just some gameplay video, and it actually looked like it was pretty good. Side scrollers can be tough on DOS. Actually, there's a great blog where the programmer of this game has a blog where he explains like how they made it, and he goes through all about how having a console that has all the video stuff built in makes development much easier than DOS, where you have like control over everything. Like there's in an NES, if you're moving a character on the screen, you draw the character once and then you do a routine to move, just tell the NES to like move that character to a new space on the screen. So lots of neat things on that blog. I'd maybe I'll put a link in the description later. So did you ever play this one? Did you ever rent this one as a kid?
No, I'd never heard of it until you messaged me about it. I'm liking it though. It's pretty slick for, it seems like you'd expect maybe a McDonald's sort of knockoff thing to not be very good.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. Originally, I was gonna go for a theme where we would play like fast food games, but I actually couldn't really find enough. I was looking around. I actually found more just now that we should have done, but.
All right. I was wondering if there's a Virgin theme. I noticed this was it's a McDonald's license, but it's made by or it's somehow affiliated with Virgin Airlines. I don't understand what that's about.
Yeah. It is. I don't know if it's a coincidence that they're showing it as like an airplane at the beginning. But Virgin Interactive is a different company, obviously under the same umbrella. But so this is one of the neat mechanics of the game: is if you run along with a little sprocket at the end there, you can go and you can play the level upside down.
Oh, we still see you, I think, on the loading screen. Under
really?
Like choose a player. Yeah.
Oh, something has gone wrong with my capture here. Alright, that's alright. Let me look here. What's going on?
I'm still hanging out at that screen. I thought it's kind of funny you got the character select by hitting this moon button.
Alright,
wow.
I think I'm back, eh?
I didn't know you could go upside down.
Okay, here, let me restart. I'll restart the level then here, because I didn't realize I was stuck on the start screen. So yeah. I think it's just kind of a nod to the fact that Virgin also has an airline. Back then.
Well, so I noticed one of the other 2 games we're playing today is also Virgin.
Oh, Aladdin.
Aladdin, yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe you were going for a Virgin theme or something.
No, just coincidence. All right, let's get started here. Help! Hamburger has run off my magic bag. Please help us get it back. Okay, that's fair enough. Search the levels through my clubhouse and retrieve at least 4 of my puzzle cards. It's funny, he's like, help me, but you gotta find some stuff for me first. Come back with 4 cards and I'll show you how to do the thing I want you to actually do. So
prove your loyalty to the McDonald's brand.
Exactly.
And we'll see about working together.
Side quest. Alright, okay, so Yeah, you can pick things up like Mario 2. I think placing it in the little empty things is reminiscent even of Super Mario World. You know how you have all the invisible blocks before you hit the Switch Palace?
Yeah, definitely.
Now this is kind of neat.
I couldn't figure out how to get those top two
Yeah.
M things. How do we get those?
Well, it's cool because I mean that's kind of a hint that like something you got to do something else, and that's where the upside down part of the level comes in.
Okay.
So let's get over there.
Let's see what hacks we do
Alright,
over
so
here.
that's one of the 4 cards that I need.
Oh, okay.
So now I can jump off the end here, and I can go back. See, that's where we were.
Nice. Okay.
So that's kind of
I did
a
not,
neat intro. I think I
not
can get
pick
back
up on the. I saw those spinny blocks. I couldn't figure out what they were doing.
Yeah. So I don't know if any of the enemies or anything, you know, have anything to do with McDonald's, or if it's just one of those. You gotta have enemies of some sort, so make them cartoony animals.
But what it feels like.
All right, I'm gonna get back on straight away. There you go. So I think this game kind of like shows off too much too early. Like, you know, that seems like if it was Mario 3 or something, that'd be like a mechanic that you would get like, you know, World 4, World 5. Oh,
Yeah, no
so
kidding.
I don't know if you've come across these little backwards
Yeah.
guys yet, but they send you
Yeah,
back to the start of the level.
Yes, I have encountered that.
Not too much. And then the final, again, I think that's kind of like Super Mario World. Like you have to hit or it wants you to hit a specific mark on the little exit beam or whatever you want to call that.
Oh, did you have this game growing up?
I played it a lot. I rented it a bunch of times. I don't think I owned it or anything, but yeah, good soundtrack in this game.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Okay, and I sort of realized, you know, you don't have to go out of your way to get every single M, because like
No, the M's are like coins. They're just kind of whatever.
you can replay a level, you get more. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's really the cards you need, the like M cards that are have like the red backing on them. I was looking up that there's another. So I told you this game was ported to some other systems, but in addition to that, there's also Ooh, there we go. That's pretty good. See, this is complex level design. There's a Game Boy version. Oh no! I picked up the boat. I got eaten by the fish.
Yes, I did that. I did that too.
There's a Game Boy version, which is called McDonald Land. So I guess all the translations were called McDonald Land. And but it's a different game, and it was later changed. So that game, the Game Boy McDonald Land game, was changed to Spot. And I don't know. Do you remember Spot? The Spot games? Cool Spot.
No,
Cool Spot.
I don't know anything
The
about
7-Up logo. So that's
okay.
also there was a 7-Up character. It was just like a red disc. Like it looked like a Connect 4 piece with arms and legs and sunglasses, and that was like the 7-Up logo back in the 90s. And
All right, yeah.
so yeah, I used to rent Cool Spot, I think, on Sega Genesis. And anyway, so yeah, the Game Boy version of this game, they just changed the graphics, and then it became Cool Spot on Game Boy. Which is kind of a theme with Game Boy games. Did you ever play for NES Bugs Bunny's Crazy Castle? Which is it was a puzzle game.
Sounds familiar, but I can't say.
It was a puzzle game. You walk around and collect keys. You can go through doors, and like they'll bring you up to the next level, and you can't jump. Like you have it's strategy based on, you know, getting around a couple enemies while collecting all the keys. There's this crazy huge amount of rebranding of that game on Game Boy. Like there's like 6 games, but they're variously Bugs Bunny, Mickey Mouse, Oh, I can't remember what other ones it was translated to. There's like other franchises, and they just kept changing it. So like, for example, so I have a couple of them on Game Boy. So I have Mickey Mouse. I have Mickey Mouse 1 and Mickey Mouse 2 as separate cartridges, but then I have a game called Bugs Bunny Collection, which claims to be Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle 1 and 2, but is identical to Mickey Mouse 1 and 2. So if you had bought Mickey Mouse 1 and Mickey Mouse 2 separately and then decided to buy Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle Collection, you just have the same games. It's just ludicrous, man. We have my friend Raph in the comments there. Ping Pong. Welcome, Raph. Raph is either going to join me in the world of MiSTer or the world of 3D printing, or both. I'm not sure which one he's gonna jump into one of these hobbies.
Oh.
Have you done much 3D printing of anything, Eric? You had any chance to deal with them?
Yeah, I have. I never had my own printer, but so I used to be a teacher, and I've worked at a few schools with 3D printers, so I've had my chance to do a few cool designs. Nothing really functional, more just sort of gimmicks.
Yep.
But yeah, I've had a bit of fun with those. I think the coolest thing I made was a something with hinges that can transform, so it's either a square or a triangle. And it's got hinges, and it's this cool sort of transform where it's solid either way, but it can convert from a square to a triangle.
Interesting.
Hinge something or anyway. It was a fun little toy. So I found an existing print for one of those that I made, and then I tried to make my own print for one that's way more complex. It goes from a hexagon to a hexagon to a square.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't get the hinges right though. The hinges were too complicated for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have two printers now. I have an Ender 3, which is a relatively small one, and I have an Ender 5 Plus, which is very similar amount of components, but it's a stronger system that hold everything more rigid, and it's a much bigger build plate. So that's why I printed my MiSTer case on. Obviously, it's pretty big. And but I still use both. They were running pretty much full on today, both the machines. I have I have one here actually. If you look in my other videos, I have gauges for Sega Turbo arcade machine, and so I've been printing the plastic parts over and over, trying to make them as reliable as possible, because people want to buy them, and I don't want to have parts break down quickly. So I've been working through all different settings and different types of PLA, different types. I tried some other materials too, but I really found that the PLA is the best. Oh, I'm losing this bonus game here. There we go.
Oh, so you gotta hit the up block every time.
Yeah, I think I'm just trying to get just up to there, I think. I'm going to have to go one higher. Oh, nope, two more. Just doing a bad job. There we go, okay. Looks I can choose which zipper I want to go into. Again, very Super Mario World-y. And I guess this is like a puzzle, like the keys. What do I want to do here? Oh, I'm gonna say I thought I could go back up there. Oh well, I got 3 1-ups. Yeah, because you've got keys in. Oh, let's move on to the next level, the next world, because I've got 4. I've got 4 cards.
Okay,
now.
me too.
I'm gonna.
I think I just got my 4th.
Birdie. I haven't seen most of these
Ah,
characters
creepy.
in forever. I remember the McDonald's in our hometown. The one that was by the Walmart, used to be a Woolco, had like a classic McDonald's giant mural of like Mayor McCheese and Grimace and everybody. But it was still like I believe like by the time I ever went there, it was like after they had retired most of that stuff. So it was just this like scary, like peeling mural on the wall. Got some moving cloud action. This reminds me of Donkey Kong Land, specifically on Game Boy. Lots of moving platform levels on that.
The cloud itself was just making me think of some Dragon Ball.
Yep.
Yeah, flying around on Nimbus.
Nimbus, that's right. Have you watched all the Studio Ghibli movies?
Not all of them.
I hadn't seen any of them before the various pandemic lockdowns and everything, but really? I think I've seen them all now. Yeah, I had never even seen Spirited Away or anything.
Yeah, I love their stuff. My wife isn't a huge fan, and so I haven't watched as many as I want to lately.
Yes,
I think I've missed out on a few. But yeah, I love them.
I think I mentioned a while ago that I watched Akira.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I mean, I'm just generally a huge fan of animation. And it's fantastic. But that was a movie that my wife didn't finish. Like, we watched it over 2 days. It's very common as new parents. We watch like 1 hour of a movie and then watch the next one the next night. Anyway, she didn't return for the second night. I watched it on my own.
I'm not surprised. It's a pretty messed up movie.
It is, yeah.
I think
but great,
that's part of what it's famous for. Is just how
exactly.
Yeah.
So I watched the last one that I hadn't seen, Studio Ghibli, was The Wind Rises, which I think was Miyazaki's last one before his retirement. Oops.
I haven't seen that one.
Very good, and like really not children's material. There's nothing about it that's inappropriate for children, but the content is like just not cartoony, which is fine. I mean, animation doesn't have to be restricted to primarily children's entertainment.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I think my favorite was always Spirited Away. Howl's Moving Castle I really liked as well.
Yes. I think my favorite one was Porco Rosso, which I don't know if that's a controversial opinion or not. I think a lot of people don't like that one specifically compared to the other ones.
That's one I haven't seen yet, and that's it's actually funny. My wife has seen it, and I think that's part of why part of her opinion about Studio Ghibli.
Oh, that could be it.
Like that.
That could be it. I mean, Howl's Moving Castle and Spirited Away are like much higher up on like whimsy compared to like Porco Rosso or The Wind Rises.
That is definitely true.
Like I think for me, I think a lot of the enjoyment of Spirited Away and those ones is like it's totally fantastical nature, and like that you can't tell what's gonna come next, like what crazy creature is gonna show up.
Yeah.
Big or small.
It always feels like they've just got this huge vision for the world, and you're just getting this glimpse into this entire giant world that they've built, and you don't get to know everything else that's going on.
Yeah. And I believe I read somewhere that a lot of that comes from... I'm going to go over to level 2 here. Something to the effect of Miyazaki either doesn't write a script beforehand or doesn't storyboard it very far in advance. So like each scene is kind of like, you know, crafted as they do it. Ooh, no. Danger.
I will say though, as much as I love Howl's Moving Castle, the story sort of falls apart. It's, you know, I think towards the end, a bunch of random stuff happens, and it's like, okay, now the movie's over, without making a whole bunch of sense. But I still love it.
And Howl's Moving Castle was adapted from I think a book or a manga that was not written by Miyazaki.
Yeah,
right?
I think it was an English author.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, on this level, I forgot, you can actually take snowballs out of any of the snowbanks.
Really?
Yes.
I've been failing on this level, this ice level.
Yeah, I have not gotten very far on either, and I feel like I'm stuck where I am right now. I don't think I can get out of this. I don't know if I'm missing a mechanic about how these things work.
The mechanic that I've figured out but haven't put to good use yet is that you gotta, if you land from too high up, it'll break.
Yes.
So you gotta do small jumps, and the small jump, then it won't break on you.
Okay, makes sense. It's a good mechanic.
Yeah, and that takes a bit of programming.
Ah.
Oh no! I picked up the block, and that's, I think it won't let you carry a block up, either. The block makes you too heavy, and it'll just break on you.
I have to imagine this was, you know, one of those games where if you had the manual, read it through, it would tell you all this stuff.
I gotta say, they don't make the M cards very hard to find. There's a bunch of other stuff that you can try to find that is harder. The M cards are pretty easy.
Oh yeah, you're right. So this like little ladder of snow pieces I could get up if I like only achieved it without like going too high.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to level 1.
Yeah, I made them.
And I think I'm out of lives, so maybe we'll switch over to Back to the Future if I when I die on this level. Oh, and that's gonna be right now because I jumped off the edge.
Good.
All right, let's switch over to Super Nintendo. So this is pretty interesting because the you know, we played a couple of the LJN games.
Oh yeah. Like Jaws?
Like Jaws. We played a couple of those. So there is, you know, Back to the Future games on NES and Sega Genesis. What did I do here? But I have to restart my capture card yet again. Let's see if it picks it up in a second. So LGN did not make this game. So I was kind of looking around the internet to see if anybody could figure out any reason why this didn't make it to North America, because it's a pretty good game. Not great, but you know, usually movie games would make it here. And general consensus was maybe LJN still had an exclusive license to it in North America, and then just this is by Toshiba. So one like common complaint about the Back to the Future games on NES, they don't have the theme. This one has the theme, so I don't know if they just, you know, didn't want to pay for it or what. But
now, you're saying this is a good game?
well, it's considered to be the best Back to the Future game because the NES one is considered to be one of the worst games.
All right.
Like the Back to the Future for NES is considered to be like one of the worst NES games. So I mean, you know, I think this game does win on sound and graphics. The gameplay is like I haven't played too much yet. I played a little bit of it, and it's fine, but it seems like it's unrefined. It seems like they've got like a control system that's like half Mario and half Sonic.
Yeah.
This like
Yeah, I
like
felt that too.
you like almost have like a spin dash, but not really. And I think it's just 2 buttons. I think you just have your essentially your run button
Yeah.
and your jump.
That seems like it.
But for
I
me,
don't know.
are you getting massive slowdown
Yeah,
everywhere? See, I think that might be an Achilles heel of this game.
I gotta say, I tried this again just briefly before we started up today, but I am not impressed by this game whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah. I'm impressed by like,
I mean,
the graphics and such.
the graphics are not bad, I guess. They're kind of weird looking, kind of cartoonish.
Yes.
But I feel like I don't think much of this has anything to do with the movie. Right? I don't know what these cops are that are shooting at us.
Yeah, I don't know what the cops are. It doesn't... I think broadly.
Yeah.
I think broadly it does follow the levels follow the movie plot points, but obviously not the individual contents. Yeah, I'm getting like the slowdown is pretty amazing. Oh, I died.
Yeah, it seems like there's not really, you can get points. There's a bunch of coins around, you can get points from those, but I don't think there's any benefit to those. As far as I can tell, the gameplay is just make it to the end of the level.
I haven't made it to the end of a level yet, so I can neither confirm nor deny. Yeah, I mean, I think this is just because of its competition in the genre in the series. It's considered to be pretty good. Well, hopefully we can get through one level. We can see what level 2 looks like. Have you been through a whole level?
I made it through level 1, and well, yeah, we'll see what happens after level 1. I've made it past it.
Okay. Yeah,
stop playing these games ahead of time though, 'cause I think it's more fun to just discover as we go.
It depends, because I think as a stream it can be boring if we can't get anywhere.
That's true.
I can't get up there. I don't know if there's a way to get up there. Oh, there is. Oh, yeah, this has like the Sonic rules for whether you get hit or not. Like there's something to do with the angle or the amount of like momentum that you have when you hit things. It's kind of confusing.
Yeah, I think it mostly. I mean, if you jump on top of something, it's dead. If you jump to the side of it, it might depend on your skateboard position. I'm not sure about that.
Ooh,
sometimes you take hits when you aren't expecting it.
The slowdown is really bad, and I'm surprised. It might be because they made the character so large. Character being like, presumably, I can't get up to this level either. There we go.
So I'm at the next level. I've just finished level 1.
Okay, I think I might be getting to the end. I'm just kind of trying to like power through it here. It's a long level. Oh.
Yeah, there you are.
It's weird. I had like an
The goal looks
drop it.
The goal looks pretty Sonic as well, you know?
Yeah. I'm digging the music on this a little bit.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
nice
wow.
music.
What is going on here?
So, yeah, straight after the first level, you get a boss.
Yeah. With very little explanation. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. confusing to me.
So
I don't
I can give you a
understand
hint.
at what point I'm allowed to hit them.
Yeah. The main thing you're going for is the pink switches on either side.
Oh.
Those will send out the TV screens to smack them in the head.
Okay. I died.
But I think you can also jump on top of them, but it's not reliable. You usually take damage.
I can't like reliably jump for some reason. It's really confusing to me.
Yeah. I have to stop holding the run button. That made my jumps more reliable.
Yeah, this is just confusing.
And they don't give you any way to like jump down, so getting down to the switches is hard.
Yeah. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead.
Yeah. There is a continue option, which just starts you same place.
Okay, I'll try and get through the boss then. Password boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, there's no way to like jump down.
Yeah. And so getting past the little TVs to get to switches is not easy. I got him.
Oh, I think I got him too. I only took three good hits with the TVs. There was a release of a scaler today that was like big news in the retro game community. So, you know, most TVs these days like literally only have HDMI input. If you have like a 4K TV, if you're trying to upscale like your old Super Nintendo, it's going to be like laggy, it's going to be blurry and all that kind of stuff. So there's various devices that exist to help you upscale the image cleanly and with low lag. And traditionally, well, I mean this new one is still pretty expensive, but they've been pretty niche devices. I had a Japanese one that I bought, then they discontinued it. I ended up selling it for more than I bought it for years later because they had discontinued it. And then there was an open source one that I never got my hands on. I just never got around to buying it. And it's supposed to be pretty good though. But this new one came out today called the RetroTink 5X, and so it can upscale the old consoles to 5 times their original. There we go. Resolution.
Cool.
Yeah, and all sold out immediately. My Twitter is like completely full of people talking about how they're mad they didn't get one, or various YouTube reviews and that kind of thing. But having a MiSTer kind of that's all built in. You can upscale to any resolution you want. Obviously, it's different. I mean, the RetroTink and those other scalers are meant to help you upscale your physical console collection that you have.
The real device, yeah.
Yeah. And so I have these nice broadcast CRTs, so I'm pretty happy with them. So I have my real systems. Like I have a Super Famicom, PlayStation 1 and 2 here. PlayStation 1 and 2, obviously the MiSTer can't do. And but I have them hooked up through just RGB, red, green, blue, directly to these broadcast monitors, so I have very nice video quality. Of course, it's interesting though, because like the scaler will cost you like $300, which might be what you would pay for one of these broadcast monitors. So you kind of choose what you want to spend your money on. I don't understand. I think I'm supposed to jump on these cars to get across the level, but like once I'm on one, I can't affect my jump very well. There you go. Okay, I think I'm getting there.
Not the most fun platforming in this game.
Oh. I think I just heard a Sonic sound effect. That was strange. Okay. And
well, you got these little springboards too that look very Sonic.
Yeah. Yes, they do. What do I do with this? Oh, she's bad. Spinning jumping girl.
I don't know.
Oh, she's on skateboard.
I have not gotten that far. Is she one of the ones? Because what was it? Cliff, somebody or other, sent some kids after us to get us. So maybe she's one of those kids.
Griff, right?
Griff.
I haven't seen the movie in, if at all. I haven't seen the movie.
If at all.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've seen Back to the Future 2. I feel like I've seen 1 and 3. I think I've seen 1 many times, and then 3 on TV occasionally. So yeah, I could be missing all sorts of interesting Easter eggs.
Yeah, I don't think there's much in this game, but I don't remember the movie well enough. I do recommend watching it though. Worth a watch.
Okay. What's going on here? Oh, I died again.
Yeah. What I have learned about taking damage is if you are spinning because you jumped, then you won't take damage. But if you just like fall onto an enemy, you'll take damage.
Okay.
You gotta be spinning.
I see. Yes, that makes sense. I think that is actually very close to what is true in Sonic as well. Okay.
Oh, I get what's happening with the vending machines. So you collect the coins, and then you can spend some number of coins to get health back at the vending machines.
Okay. Okay, I'm back at the hover cars.
I'm at the hover cars as well.
The lag is so bad.
I'm getting a lot of lag too.
There's somebody on Twitter who has been posting as he's been upgrading SNES games by porting them to use an onboard CPU that later SNES games had.
Oh yeah.
So I should maybe I should tweet at him and say Super Back to the Future 2 needs an overhaul. But a lot of shooters and that, like space shooters and that kind of thing, that typically have a lot of enemies on screen. They're generally the worst for slowdown. And I guess this guy's reprogramming can take care of that.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't understand, because like if I'm on a blue car, I don't know if the colors actually mean anything.
I don't think so, no.
If I jump straight off a car, I can't control myself in the air. If I hold a direction and then jump off, I can go in that direction. But then I've been like sliding off other cars. Okay, I cleared the the cars and immediately died.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened to me.
I think we should move on to our final game. I think I've got all the enjoyment out of this that's physically possible. Okay, Genesis. So this is certainly a game. This is definitely one I had for Sega Genesis as a kid. Believe it was the first. Like, I think I got it with it, or if not, very soon after. This is one of those games where, like I know it so well that I even like the motions and that kind of thing, like you have like a very strong memory of everything. Yeah, there you go, Virgin Games.
Yeah, we were talking about this. I haven't played the Genesis version.
Mm-hmm.
I have played the SNES version. I didn't own it, but I think it was one of my friends had it, so I'd have a bit of fun when I went there. But they're very different.
Yeah,
the two games.
Yeah, well, the Super Nintendo one was made by Capcom.
It's I will say the graphics are way nicer in this Genesis version.
Yes, I've heard. I should have played the Super Nintendo version just to kind of see, but people always talk about this version being essentially hand animated, or like the sprites were taken from animation cells. Very smooth.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can see that it's the animation always tells a story. I think my favorite bit in this first level, we're going to see a camel, and jumping on that camel, the animation on that thing is very slick.
Yes. This game to me is all about, as soon as you see an enemy, like backing up.
Okay.
It's like no matter what happens.
Yeah, I haven't.
I try to get through the first level with like very little damage, and it's really hard. I think it gets easier after the first level.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a camel.
Yeah,
Yes, very great. Yeah. Very good animation. The apples are very useful.
Yeah, you can throw the apples at people. That climbing animation, so slick as well.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of like really great little like the explosions are cool. They're like nice animated, like many frames. Yeah. And there's some neat little effects, like if you're throwing apples at somebody who has like a sword, you see the apples get cut in the air.
Nice.
I think that's a neat touch that most games would not bother to animate.
Yeah, you can tell they're not just trying to make some money with this game. They're not just trying to make it good enough that people will buy it.
Yes, and it's endured. It's got a great reputation. It has a very Battletoads level later on when you're trying to escape the Cave of Wonders.
Okay, cool.
It's like the Turbo Tunnel where you're on the magic carpet and you have to dodge things in front of you as the lava like gathers behind you, so it kind of pushes you forward.
So I've played the SNES one, and straight off the bat, I think one of the differences is in SNES you do still have apples to throw, but you don't have a sword. It's just the apples.
Yes. And
there's a lot less combat. There's a lot more platforming.
More platforming, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there. So I got there's some sweet.
Reasons.
Yeah. It sold well on both systems for sure. They do have a Disney collection on the Switch, which is this game and The Lion King. But I actually can't remember what versions are on it. Whether they gave you both the Super Nintendo and the Genesis version or not.
You said it's on the Switch?
Yep.
Cool. Well, I would guess probably the Nintendo versions, but who knows?
Yeah, I think all that is kind of out the window now. All those... all those exclusivity kind of things. I guess the bigger question would be, would Capcom want to... And in fact, it's probably likely that Capcom only published it anyway. We got a little store here. It's kind of neat. I like that. I mean, if Capcom...
What did you buy?
publish it? Free Life. I don't remember what a wish is when you ask for it. Oh, you got a little bonus. Oh,
Slot machine.
yeah. Oh, the Abu bonus level. I like these. These are great.
Yeah.
They're like really good music. Yeah. It's like some...
I just
Did
barely
trick-
beat the first level
Okay.
alive. Almost died.
All this is like for one free life. Oh man.
Well, you're getting some of those currency gems, right?
Oh, yes. So, you know, I found, as I said, I found the first level really hard, but I played with this a bit before we started the stream, and I got like pretty far in the game, only losing a few lives. So I think it seems like it seems pretty difficult, but it affords you a lot of opportunities for free lives and regaining your health. There's your hidden Disney there, your Mickey ears on the... Look, I can stand right here. I'm wearing the Mickey ears.
Nice. That snake seems like that's from something
I think this...
else Disney.
I thought that was a Jungle Book thing. Or, oh, I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
know.
thinking
Or like Robin Hood?
Robin Hood. Yeah, the king.
The king was king... Wasn't the king the tiger who like sucked his thumb, and the snake was like his...
Oh yeah,
his
you're right. Yeah.
Grand Vizier or something?
Yes,
Like
yes,
Jafar?
you are right.
I think, yeah. There's something about a snake in a hat.
Is 99 the max apples?
I don't know.
I'm gonna find out. Yes, 99's the max. You might as well use your apples.
Mm-hmm. Did you watch the latest Disney movie, that Raya and the Last Dragon? It came out
No?
a few weeks ago. It's pretty
Did you?
good. Yeah. We were really worried about renting it because you know, it's on Disney Plus, but it's like an extra like $30 or something. It's supposed to be like the cost
Yeah,
of
okay.
like you gotta have Disney Plus, which we already have, and I actually like Disney Plus a lot, but you know, it's expensive. It's like a night at the movies. But the problem was the last movie, Mulan, we really didn't like.
Oh yeah.
And
was,
like I really felt like
a bit of a
that.
train wreck.
I really thought it was a waste of money. Like spending that much on Mulan, I just didn't like it. I also wasn't a particular fan of the first Mulan, so maybe other people didn't feel that way. What the heck? Oh, there's like I got like teleported. Oh. Yeah, but Raya was in The Last Dragon was better. It was a better. I thought it was a better movie. Oh, so well, speaking of Aladdin, what did you see the live action Aladdin?
Yeah, with Will Smith,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we've.
It was interesting.
I have to say
Yeah,
that
I think
we've seen it probably. I think we've seen it 4 times.
Really? Why
Yeah,
so many
Natasha
times?
adores it. I think it's really good, and I think it like holds up on rewatching, and I think a lot of the issues people had with it originally were like to do with you know, like the first images we saw of Will Smith like being in blue paint or like, you know, like blue CG, everyone was like, oh no, like they don't know what they're doing. But I mean, they do like give that up. Like it's only blue for the intro basically.
I will say definitely the promo posters and stuff that they had were way worse than the actual movie. Like it looked like it was going to be a terrible movie, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why they went with such a cheap sort of campaign for that.
Yeah.
It really didn't look good. And yeah, I didn't hate the movie. I didn't love it, but
that's fair.
I think my main feeling about it was it had too much of Will Smith trying to play Robin Hood's genie instead of just doing his own thing, you know?
Robin Williams genie, yeah.
Yeah, did I say something wrong?
You said Robin Hood.
Okay, yes, Robin Williams is what I meant. Yeah, I felt like Will Smith's got his own style, and I felt like there's too much of just trying to.
Well, that's it, and like
do the old one.
It's almost strange that we put up with all the like pop culture in the first Aladdin, and that was kind of a joke. People talked about that Aladdin must take place in the future because all of Robin Williams or all of the genies impersonations were of pop culture icons from our time. So it's kind of a joke about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, they kept in a lot of that weird stuff, and I think you're right. I think it wouldn't be better if Will Smith's genie just you know, didn't do the Robin Williams thing. I think some of the genies, like I like the genie stuff that he did do. I like the I like the extra characters they put in. And I don't like the new songs. I have to say, I
never like the new songs.
No, they can never do it. They're usually, yeah, they're not good. Beauty and the Beast had a new song that I think was present in maybe in the Broadway show, but not in the movie, and it didn't work either. Like being put into the movie.
I hated that one. That's definitely my least favorite one there. Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, and it's the original is probably one of my favorite movies, period. And so yeah, I don't know. They didn't get it right that time. That's for sure. We didn't see one of them. I think the first one that they did was Cinderella. I didn't see that one. And Jungle Book was fine.
I don't think I watched the new Jungle Book either.
Christopher Walken is in it. He's great.
Oh yeah. He is always great.
Yeah. There's a 4K release of Weapon of Choice, that Fatboy Slim music video that he's in. And like previous to this 4K release, it was only available in like 360p on YouTube, so it's worth a watch.
Music video that Christopher Walken is in.
Yeah, you've never seen Weapon of Choice?
I don't think so.
Well, you gotta check it out. It involves it's mostly Christopher Walken just like dancing in an empty hotel, but he can fly at certain points. It's actually, I think it's right up your alley.
Yeah, sounds like love it. Well done, Street Rat.
Street Rat. Oh, I gotta fight, what's his name? Kazim?
Oh,
nice, you can trap him.
Nice. One mistake that I made with movie watching is I got my wife to watch with me Aladdin 2. I had great memories of that movie.
Isn't that the Return of Jafar?
Yeah, the Return of Jafar.
Yeah.
Because my family had that movie growing up, and so I had good memories of it. But it's just terrible. It's unwatchable.
I put on. You know what's funny about that? You know who the genie is? Like who voices the genie in that movie?
I know it's not Robin Williams.
It's Dan Castellaneta. So like when I hear that genie, all I can hear is Homer Simpson.
Well, same thing. He tried to do the Robin Williams impersonation, but
Yeah.
it just doesn't really work.
Ping Pong knows about weapon of choice.
Ah, yeah. It says Last Christmas by Wham did a 4K release too.
This has some classic spikes. The spikes in the walls are even well animated.
Yeah. It's definitely, I feel like part of this is Genesis needing to really distinguish themselves from Nintendo, saying like, look, these are the things we do really well. We've got amazing animation and sort of it's smooth, it feels responsive, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting how different the sound systems are between the Super Nintendo. Hey, look, there's Sebastian hung up on the wall here. Little Mermaid.
I saw a Goofy mural in one of the levels as well.
Oh, actually, I'd say that's a movie I put on the other day. Only for a bit. I had Disney Plus on. I was kind of clicking through. I put on a Goofy movie, which is just confusing.
I haven't seen it.
No, I liked that back in the day. It's hard to get in there to kill these skeletons before they explode. Ooh. I think this level's a little stingy on the oh, there's one on the checkpoints. There we
The
go.
Ping Pong's talking about the music in this game.
Yeah, he's right about that. So Sega Genesis has an FM synthesizer. It's a Yamaha chip. I can't remember which one it is. I'm sure Ping Pong can tell me. 2816 probably. Used in a lot of arcade games as well. And very affordable chip. And frequency modulation. The sound is done by modulating, basically by multiplying different waveforms together. I think it's always square waves or something. I haven't read up on FM in a long time. And then Super Nintendo was all sample based, so you had to put instrument samples on your cartridge, and then you did the sound. There was a complex sound chip in the Super Nintendo, but it wasn't a synthesizer. It was give you control over your samples. So that makes
That's cool.
Soundtracks like Chrono Trigger really amazing when you start to realize how it was done. There's some great YouTube videos actually of somebody comparing the soundtracks between the Super Nintendo and PlayStation versions of Chrono Trigger. And the difference is, I'm a pretty seasoned listener to the soundtracks, and I didn't notice all these things, but for example, an example would be there's no delay. There's no delay effect on a Super Nintendo. So if you want your song to have delay effects, picture Shala's theme, or what's the name of the city in the 12,000 BC? The magical what's it called? Anyway, Shala's theme and the other one, the other similar theme that is from the same time period. They both have arpeggiated kind of melodies, and they have delays on them. And if you were going to do that, with having a lot of equipment, you would just set a delay to whatever time you want and run the melody once. But that's not how it was done. It was programmed that way, individually. Each note that you hear is programmed. So it's pretty neat. And actually, so the YouTube video I was talking about, the guy goes through each song and he shows how basically they really failed on the
Super
PlayStation
Nintendo?
version.
Or the PlayStation, sorry, yeah.
They really failed to translate the music properly, which you wouldn't think would be a problem. You would think that would be like no problem at all to do. But I guess the PlayStation version is, at least the sound driver isn't emulated from the Super Nintendo. I guess I always assumed that it was an emulator, but maybe it's not at all. Maybe it's really properly ported. Well, somewhat properly ported. This is a labyrinthine level, but really can't go wrong, I guess. These are classic, eh? Okay.
I haven't entered the dungeons yet.
Okay. This is a classic, the bricks move in and out and you have to time your jumps.
Yeah.
Mechanic as old as time. I wonder what the first game would have been that did this. Plenty of NES games. Double Dragon and Batman come to mind as ones that had these. Here's the first one. So Ping Pong is going to join me on a stream at some point. We're going to go through some DOS games, and we're going to listen to probably just the themes or first level music for different games on using outboard MIDI gear on DOS games. Like I mentioned to you before, that a lot of DOS games, have the capability of using outboard MIDI gear to sound really good, but like none of us could afford that stuff back then. Mm-hmm. So now we have some emulators. I have a hardware module that can do a pretty good job, and me and him both have several keyboards that have general MIDI built in. So yeah, we're gonna go through some games. We picked a couple. The one that people always point out is The Secret of Monkey Island, because it's a good theme, but like when it's played on the PC speaker or through Sound Blaster, it's just not very good. It's alright. But when you hear it through the machine it was actually composed for, it sounds amazing. It sounds like a CD quality soundtrack from many years later.
They had a lot of cool music tech, LucasArts, because I know they had one of the first sort of procedurally generated music engines. Mm-hmm. They had a sort of system for when you transition, I guess, between levels, or different soundtracks. They would have a sort of programmatic transition between those two, and just depending on wherever you happen to be, rather than sort of like finishing one track and starting the next, just mid-bar they would start transitioning to the next song, which I know was really cool.
Yeah, that's iMuse.
Right, yeah.
Is the name of it. So that was that's an amazing system, and I was I don't know if I saw a document or that was explaining it, and it basically showed that little clips were basically sequenced so that there was ability to transition basically from like a high, like a recognizable melody, and then it would go down to just drums and bass or something while it transitioned into the next tune, and the tune picked up. Really amazing system, and really that's present on The Secret of Monkey Island. That's present on Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis, which is one of the best LucasArts games that I think a lot of people don't even know about compared to the other ones. But yeah, it really does add to the cohesiveness, and I think that's certainly one of the reasons why those games have stood up. Like, it's just one aspect. I mean, There are many aspects of the LucasArts adventure games that are excellent, but that's certainly a good reason.
It sort of shows their attention to detail, anyway.
Yeah, well, it shows the artistry.
Yeah.
That shows the artistry that the Wayne's World game for Super Nintendo just couldn't achieve. Alright, I'm gonna try a little further in this stage, but we're practically out of time here. But you know, this game's holding up. How are you finding it?
I'm digging it. I think it's still, I find it hard to engage enemies and not take damage.
Yes.
Which is a bit frustrating.
I think if you picked it up again, you'd have a lot more information at your disposal to avoid that. Because I found when I was playing it before the stream, in the first level I could barely get through it. I was getting hit by every enemy, but when I played it just now, I got through the first level almost unscathed.
Nice.
Oh, but now I'm dying every time.
I think I've got a tendency to not use consumables, and I think well, like I was saying before, the apples cap out at 99, so you gotta just use them.
Yeah.
Which I guess is the point.
I'll give this another try or two here. Let's see. These bats are killing me. These are like the worst enemies. Bats are the worst enemies in any game, really.
Yeah. Well, they were good in that DOS Mega Man.
Yeah.
They gave us life.
Oh, I'm out of...
I've been playing Stardew Valley, and definitely the bats are one of the annoying enemies in that one.
Wait, you have both been playing Stardew Valley for quite a while, right?
Yeah, I've been playing. So, I guess as soon as patch 1.5 came out, I hadn't played the game before that, but my wife loves Stardew Valley. Patch 1.5 came out, it enabled local co-op.
Right.
So my wife said, "All right, we're doing this."
Yeah. I played it, I think, right when it came out. And you know, I think, you know, we're a bit different in this aspect that, you know, I would say if overall I'm more generally concerned with just getting through a game, like just getting through like storyline, and like often it'll be lucky for me to bother with like side quests, whereas I think you're pretty much a completionist.
Yeah, I'd say I'm kind of the opposite on that.
So
Stardew
Valley.
Finish a game.
Yeah, so Stardew Valley basically, as soon as I got to the point where I was making more money than I could spend, and I wasn't interested in outfitting my house, and I wasn't interested in like doing the romance plot lines, which is like a big portion of the game. So, you know, if you don't want to do those, and you also have like a farm that's producing a lot of money, it's kind of like what are you doing? So I gave up after year 2, and I think I remember reading that was common. Like that was ooh, I can buy these wishes. I don't know what they do.
Yeah, I think if if Catherine wasn't sort of pushing us forward, I probably would have stopped a while ago. I definitely, was complaining at the start that I don't really see the point of the game and all that stuff. I still don't really see the point of the game, but it's fun. And I think what it does well is constantly gives you new goals. I feel like, I can definitely see what you're saying about after year 2 sort of feeling like there's not much more to do. But I haven't really felt that way yet. It always feels like there's something more that I could or should be doing.
Like I enjoyed like collecting all the things for what are the little guys called? The Junimos?
Yeah, the Junimos. To build your community center.
Yeah, so I think I did all of that, and enjoyed that just fine.
Well, I think I'm also lucky to be coming in after patch 1.5 because he added a whole bunch of new stuff.
Yeah.
There's a whole new place you can. When you get down to it, it's well, what's the point? But you could say that for any game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it just captures that. It's almost like the best version of like a mobile game or like the old Facebook games. You know, well, a lot of those were actual farm simulators. But like, you know, the funniest one. Do you remember playing one called Cookie Clicker?
I'm aware of Cookie Clicker, yeah.
Yeah, which you know, which I think is like mostly a joke. It's mostly meant to show you like, you know, games where
how dumb
you're just clicking is just a silly thing. So Stardew Valley is like that, right? I mean, like it's ooh, I got my I got Magic Carpet here.
I don't know. I'll defend Stardew Valley. I think it's definitely more than a Cookie Clicker. It gives you.
Well, I think it's a very good game. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's.
But I mean, I think it's kind of, you know, it's the same idea, which is like, you know, all you're doing is building your resources so that you can build your resources. At least when I played it, like you did say that they added things, and maybe there's more.
Well, there's yeah, I think there's always there's definitely that going on. But you know, I think there's also that mix of there's also the battle kind of goals. Half of it is the farm, and then half of it is going into the caves and the dungeons and that sort of thing, and trying to kill a bunch of enemies, trying to make it down to the bottom of the caves.
Yes, and I admit I spent a lot of time in the caves. That was a good distraction.
Yeah, that was that's definitely when we started the game. That's where I was spending most of my time, and then Catherine was spending most of her time getting our farm nice. And now it's a bit of both.
It's interesting because I mean it's I guess was supposed to emulate a Harvest Moon game. I'm not sure which one it's specifically supposed to be reminiscent of, but I guess the idea is that the Harvest Moon games kind of lost their way at some point. I believe.
Yeah, I think that's the idea. Or I mean, I haven't played them, so I can't speak to that. But I think there was just, you know, he was a fan of the games and had all these ideas of like, oh, this would be even cooler if it had this and this.
Mm-hmm.
And so he said, okay, well, I'll just do that then.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those situations where it's just like, you know, super genius decided I'm going to do everything, including art, programming, and music, and it's going to be fantastic, and it was.
It's got some beautiful music in it too. A lot of it reminds me of Chrono Trigger. Sometimes a bit too much. Sometimes it feels like he stole that whole sort of bit from Chrono Trigger.
There is something. I think the main theme in town reminds me of the Millennial Fair. There's a couple of passages.
There's one that really reminds me of the Sunken Palace. But it's
Sunken Palace? Which one? Oh, that's the big like it's in the air for a while, right?
Yeah, it's before. I guess the Sunken Palace is when it's sunken before you activate it and it flies up into the air, and you gotta do something like that. Or am I? Oh, maybe I'm thinking of Secret of Mana.
There is definitely like the main town theme that you hear all the time. Definitely reminds me of the Millennial Fair theme.
Yeah.
Like same thing to the point where it's kind of like I wonder if he was listening to this when he composed his music.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the lamp. I just want to see if this is the if this is the Cave of Wonders Escape. If it is, then we'll play it. If it's it's the Escape. So this has got its a turbo tunnel
Nice.
kind of thing going. Oh yeah, this is great. Not this part. Maybe it's after this particular zone. We're going over time here, but I'm alright to go for another few minutes here.
Okay.
There's not really much to worry about in this level. You just have to kind of except for that. Falling in the lava is not good though.
I'm stuck at this water level. I'm just getting stuck at the point. I don't know how to go forward because I'm climbing along the ceiling at the start, and then it doesn't let me do that anymore. There's a bunch of water, and if I fall in the water, I die. I don't know how I'm supposed to go forward. Anyway.
Let's see if I can figure this out. Oh, there we go. I got that one. Oh. One more chance. Oh, I didn't even make it best. Okay, I'm not going to continue. I think we'll call it there. Yes, Ping Pong says just one more turn. Well, maybe I'll come back to it later. Okay, well, thanks, Eric, for being on again. Thanks for everybody who's watched and commented. Add me on Twitter, 74XX Arcade. I think it's actually at Callan Brown is my handle there, but you should be able to find me if you search. And turn on notifications to figure out when we're going to be streaming. I think, Eric's going to be moving soon, so I'm sure he'll have busy things to do, but I think if we have the time, we'll keep trying to do this on Saturday nights, Sunday mornings, Australia time. And
that's right.
That's about it. Thanks again,
Sweet.
Eric.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you do a stream with Ping Pong too. Should be good.
Yes, we will do that sometime soon too. I'll let you know when that's happening. And that's all. So goodbye, everybody.
Awesome.
I'll see you next time.